And at the moment this is set on a low setting.
Sommigen zetten ze onderaan of hoger.
But many people have different versions. So you have your straight line version.
Er bestaan heel veel manieren om het aan te passen. De directe lijn vanuit het zadelschoft naar het bed toe.
And what I find personally the problem with that is that the reins, when I stand in the middle, go through a 90-degree corner.
Ze moeten van het midden uit, vanuit een mooie flexibele hoek, naar het bed kunnen lopen.
So a lot of the time when we get sent horses for training or break into the carriage, it's generally not because they're easy horses.
Soms heb je ook al paarden die heel goed afgericht zijn in dit werk. En dan is het soms makkelijker om de leidsels, de bijzetteugels of de longe te respen.
So when I first attach the reins, I'll often put a small draw rein on the horse here. And then when I'm standing in my position, I have a nice kind leverage through the horse's flexion.
Het is belangrijk dat je een heel vriendelijke, makkelijke hoek hebt van je leidselvoering uit naar het bed, naar de mond van het paard toe.
Do you know about this horse? This is how old is this horse, Claudia?
This horse is 7 years old.
Okay. Come forward.
Zo, dan ga ik even uit de kant, maar je weet maar nooit.
So what I like is I'll often first just set the rein a little bit behind the horse's quarters, which not all horses appreciate.
Veel paarden nemen het niet, appreciëren het niet om ook de dubbele longe achteraan op de achtergrond te voelen. En dat doet hij toch meestal om even te beginnen.
And what I notice about these reins is they're a continuous webbing. And that's fine, except when you, with webbing like this, it can easily noose. So it's better, I don't mind a continuous loop, even though in Pony Club they suggest it's not a good thing. But I'll have weight, a knot on the end, and now it can't loop. It keeps falling out. So you don't have that issue of getting caught up. Walk on. Come. It also gives me a clue on a constant outside rein. I know when my hand sits on this point. I know he had a mark on these reins here for the centre. That gives you a clue on a central point. Two options on the long reining. You can long rein in open bridle if you want your horse more aware of your position, or you can long rein in the driving bridle with the Liverpool and the blinkers. Trot.
Je hebt ook de keuze naar gelang dat je wil werken met een hoofdstel met of zonder oogkleppen.
So very simply looking for straightness, which I like around this rope around the hind leg. That keeps the quarters a little bit more engaged. It also gives me a little bit more control. And I like that the inside rein is just lightly dancing, never tight.
Belangrijk is dat de binnenleidsel, de binnenlonge, niet te veel spant en wat kan dansen.
I find long reining very good for improving horses' voice commands.
Deze oefeningen zijn heel belangrijk om de stemstimuli, de stemcommando's aan het paard te leren.
So if the horse doesn't want to listen to you, I notice after 2 or 3 days they're much more responsive.
Als je dat 2-3 dagen doet, dan kan het paard je commando's heel vlug leren.
Very simply, I'm looking for the same as I was in the riding horse. I'm looking for a little bit more bend through the rib cage. I don't want to see the head. I don't want to see the head pulling like this. Good so. Sorry. Nice and responsive, Claudia. Good. And the other thing, the really important thing with side reins and draw reins, stand. Is we're looking for, I'll just turn him sideways, stand. We're looking for this triangle under here. And I think this is something that people need to take more notice of in horses. This should always be an equilateral triangle. Change that now.
In meetkunde ben ik niet sterk, maar het gaat over de driehoek die goede aanvulling moet geven.
Mark, you have your wages cut. So we're looking for, a lot of people hold the heads in too short, and then this gets too tight here. So we're looking for that equilateral triangle in all horses. So we must, and that's a sign that they're correct in the pole, and it's the horse is submissive.
Door de meetkundige driehoek, ik zal het maar zo zeggen, is het ook belangrijk dat de aanzet van de hals, de nek en de oren van het paard dan toch gegymnastiseerd worden en symmetrisch staan.
Je vertaalt heel slecht, ja.
So again, I can just feel that this horse is feeling the inside rein a little bit.
Het paard voelt de binnenlijn duidelijk.
So already I've noticed that the left rein felt very supple and the right rein is a little bit stiffer.
En dat op de linkerkant het paard soepel voelt en op de rechterkant iets minder.
I've noticed that the right hind leg should go in line between the front two feet.
Belangrijk is ook dat de rechter achtervoet tussen de twee afdrukken van de voorbenen komt, er middenin.
And so what he's actually doing is turning his hind legs too much sideways. So when he bends more in his rib cage, his legs would be able to follow. At the moment he's stepping out wide.
Het paard heeft nog wat moeite en zet de achterbenen ook iets meer naar buiten toe. Het zou de bedoeling zijn dat hij zich na meer oefeningen meer draagt op dat vlak.
And I can feel that he's a little bit down on his inside shoulder. And I can feel that he's a little bit twisted in his ears.
Point, as moderator, you got 4 more minutes for this item. Thank you.
The night's only young. So we're looking for the straightness in the ears, just like the riding. We're looking for the equilateral triangle under his neck. And we're looking for the bend through the shoulder.
Evenwicht, gedragenheid vanuit de hals en ook het schoudergebruik zijn bij deze oefeningen van belang.
And so, ideally we give him 20 more minutes to loosen up, but we have 4. So we need to just ask him to work a little bit harder on his bend.
Gezien de strikte timing, dames en heren, gaat het paard nu dan toch iets meer vragen, waarbij normaal gezien wat meer langer gewerkt zou moeten worden, om dan toch op die kleinere cirkel meer stelling te krijgen en buiging.
So we asked him to go in small circles, we asked him to go in big circles.
We schakelen over van kleine naar grotere cirkels. Je ziet ook het verruimen van de bewegingen.
I believe in long reining, of letting the horse find his balance. I try not to restrict them, and the beauty of the side reins is if I accidentally let go of the outside rein, the horse has still got a steady outside contact. Long reining is quite difficult, and not everybody is very good at it. So if you have the side reins,
als de bijzetteugels er staan, is het toch altijd een hulpje als je dubbele longe geen contact zou houden, dan voelt het paard zich toch nog gesteund op de supplementair bijgestelde bijzetteugels.
can see that because he's not, because we can see that he's not supple through that right side, he's not ready to push forward into a stronger trot until he's done enough gymnastic work on his right side to be loose. So if I forced him to do too much exuberant work too soon, all I would do is cause problems.
Boyd, could you repeat please this symmetrical triangle or electric, how do you call that in good English?
Equilateral triangle. So the three sides of the triangle are equal.
En we hebben het even via internet opgezocht, dat is een gelijkbenige driehoek, dames en heren. So Boyd, I think we have to, sorry for this good moment, but we have to go on, the show must go on, and the next horse is ready. Dames en